You're now watching Q News, and here are the top stories for this hour. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was welcomed by UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed in Abu Dhabi for talks at El Shati Palace. The discussions focused on strengthening bilateral economic, trade and investment ties. Both leaders stressed the urgent need for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and prisoner exchanges. Sheikh Mohammed praised Egypt's mediation efforts, its role in easing the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. They also emphasized the importance of unimpeded humanitarian aid deliveries and reaffirmed support for a two-state solution as the path to lasting peace in the Middle East. The leaders reviewed developments in Lebanon, Syria, Sudan, Libya, Yemen and Somalia, highlighting the need to protect sovereignty and stability in the region. And at least 18 people, including children, have been killed in an Israeli airstrike on a school sheltering displaced civilians in Khan Yunis, southern Gaza. Residents reported intensified air raids and shelling after the Israeli military dropped leaflets urging people to evacuate westwards, citing planned attacks on alleged Hamas targets in the area. The US-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation has temporarily closed its distribution centers today to implement organizational upgrades and improve efficiency. The foundation has urged residents not to visit the sites during the closure, with operations expected to resume on Thursday. The move comes after Israeli fire near a food distribution center in Rafah killed at least 27 Palestinians and wounded dozens more on Tuesday. The foundation confirmed it delivered 21 truckloads of food earlier that day, adding that the violence occurred outside its distribution site. The United Nations has condemned the deadly violence against Palestinians seeking food aid in Gaza, calling the civilian deaths unthinkable and unacceptable. UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric urged Israel to restore the humanitarian food distribution system, warning that the current setup is a death trap. He stressed that the UN cannot tell starving people not to seek food, but emphasized the need to ensure safe, impartial aid delivery. The UN Secretary General has called for an immediate independent investigation and accountability for those responsible. And the White House has said it is aware of reports that Israeli forces opened fire on Palestinians near a food distribution site in southern Gaza. Spokesperson Caroline Leavitt has said the administration is investigating the claims before making any conclusions or taking action. She also criticized media outlets for what she called premature or inaccurate reporting, urging journalists to verify information to prevent the spread of misinformation.
Of them, because unfortunately, unlike some in the media, we don't take the word of Hamas.
And Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has condemned recent attacks on Gaza, criticizing the targeting of food distribution centers and calling the missile strikes disproportionately destructive. He further accused the attackers of lowering the cost of killing by using bullets instead of bombs, and directly blamed the United States for complicity in the violence, insisting that America must leave the region. And Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian reaffirmed Tehran's commitment to peace and security, denying any ambitions for nuclear weapons and refusing to compromise its scientific and nuclear rights. Pezeshkian accused the US and Israel of destabilizing the region through threats and violence. Iran is expected to reject a recent US proposal to resolve the nuclear dispute, calling it a non-starter that fails to protect Iran's interests or ease uranium enrichment restrictions. And this concludes our top stories for this hour, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates on Q News.